Hello and welcome to Hands for Healing. I'm Sue Rigby and with me is Nicki on the second of our fibromyalgia videos. Last week was Nicki's very first session of Quantum Touch, and so we're going to see what Nicki's experienced in the week since then. What would you like to share with us, Nicki?
Well, like I said, I did email you in the week, and because I just thought, well, I'll document how I'm feeling and just see. I found that I was actually really poorly most of last week with my stomach, with my IBS, like really flared. Although bizarrely, I'd had a migraine since probably the Saturday before. So the Saturday before, we had the first session on the Wednesday. By Thursday evening, it was gone,
Okay.
which was bizarre because I've been taking cocodamol, everything, just to try and get rid of it. So that completely gone, and I felt much more energized this week. The only thing is I had one night where I was up at 3, and from 3 o'clock onwards I was just up because I just could not sleep because it was just like everything going on in my head. But yeah, there's definite difference in there.
Brilliant.
And the kind of pains and things that I was having last week, it's different. It's a bit different. It's like my shoulder pain. I've got no pain in my shoulders this week. There's nothing there. Hands still not quite right, but okay.
Yeah.
Hips are better than they were. Lower back is still about the same. My feet and ankles pretty good this week. So
okay, so if we do your scores then,
yeah.
So your hip is
probably a 5, like in the middle.
Okay. Your lower back?
Probably still about a 6, 7.
Okay. Well, last week you started on a 7.
Mm-hmm.
So perhaps a little bit lower, hopefully. Your shoulders?
I'd probably say about a 3, actually. Like okay. I can feel the tension, but there's not really pain like there was.
Well, you started on a 7 last week and finished on a 3 to a 4.
There we go.
Yeah. Your hands?
Probably sort of a 1 or 2. Not quite 100%, but not horrendous.
Okay, and you were a 3 at the start and the finish of that.
There we go.
Your wrists?
Wrists are fine, so 0, I'd say, on that.
Brilliant. You finished on a 3 last week. Your feet?
Again, nothing, so we'll go with a 0.
Okay, you finished on a 2 last week. And your ankles?
Say 1 to 2.
Okay.
Again, it's that tightness.
Okay, and you finished on a 3 last week. Has your sensitivity to pain been any different?
I'm not. Because I've had it so long, you get to that point almost where you get used to it. You kind of phase it out. But I've noticed that I've not been in as much pain, if that makes sense, because of the fact that it's not the norm.
Right.
So yes, I would say that.
Okay. How's your fatigue been?
Much better, like loads better. In fact, yeah, I've actually felt like I've got that kind of get up and go rather than just being kind of sat down going, oh, like the thought of even getting up and going making myself a drink. Kind of, I've just been doing things as you know, a normal person would. Wonderful.
What score would you give your fatigue levels then?
Probably around a 3 or 4 this week. So not too bad. Wonderful. At all.
And you finished on a 7 last week. So you sleep, apart from that one night where you were awake at 3, how's your sleep been?
Pretty good. It's last night everyone went out of the house this morning and I didn't even realize, like, I was just dead to the world, absolutely dead to the world. But it has been better. Really weird dreams, but
Yeah.
much better sleep.
Weird dreams. What about your concentration?
Difficult to say because I've not been at work the last couple of days, so it's not like I have to. So I've not noticed it. I've not really noticed it slipping, and I've not had. I don't know if you've noticed, but there's not the word slur and things like that in there today. So I would say better.
Good. Okay. Your migraine went after the next.
It was about Thursday evening. It just went.
Okay, and it stayed gone.
Yep, gone. No headache since.
Okay, your IBS.
That's been awful. Yeah.
Had you had any changes in your diet at all to contribute to that, or just a healing reaction, perhaps?
Possibly. That's what I wondered, because I do get flare-ups of it, but this was it. Normally there is something that kicks it off. Like if I have had something that I maybe shouldn't have had, there's been nothing because I've been really careful. So I think it might have just been a reaction.
Okay. So that flared up, but it's okay now.
Yeah, it seems the past couple of days it seems to have settled.
Okay. How's your grip been? Are you able to grip things? Has that changed?
Yeah, that's not actually been that bad because I've been sat doing my nails. So yeah, it's not as bad actually at the moment. Because I've been moving things around my front room as well. So yeah, that's been better.
Okay. And your vision?
Vision, absolutely fine. I'm like I said, I've not been at work, so I've not been wearing my glasses the last few days. But I've not had that, like when your eyes get almost like really dry and kind of sore, and I've not had any of that at all.
Okay. Have you had feelings of anxiety or heart racing that you mentioned last week?
I did a couple of times, and I've had it a couple of times just out of the blue, but then I just tend to kind of stop whatever I'm doing because I don't know what the triggers are for that. It just happens, but it's not been as often. I think I had quite a bad episode on the Thursday morning where it took me a good sort of half an hour because I try and regulate my breathing and concentrate on what I'm grinding, I suppose. Like I'm here, I'm in the room, I'm okay, I'm safe. But I've only had the 2 episodes this week, which is better because normally it can be going on like all day, and I'm just kind of sitting there almost on that verge of the kind of fight or flight where you just like, yeah, it's exhausting because you just that constant kind of. But yeah, it's that it has been much better this week.
Oh, brilliant. Okay, right. Are you ready for your half-hour session then?
Yes.
If you want to go and make yourself comfortable,
Yep.
I'll ask if you're awake after half an hour, and if you're not, I'll just wait till you are.
Okay. I'll speak to you in half an hour.
Okay then.
Perfect.
Hello again. You're back.
I am back, yes.
Would you like to share what you've experienced?
Yes, well, I've been asleep for the last nearly 2 hours, in fact. So this time it was, I don't know, I almost felt as though my lower limbs, bizarrely, I felt almost back to front. So I could feel like like when you get pins and needles and that kind of tingly sensation, but it didn't get to the point where sometimes it like hurts or gets almost ticklish. It was like that sensation, but without the horrible side of it, from my waist down, and it felt like I couldn't move anything, but it wasn't horrible. Like it just felt very heavy, I suppose is the best way to describe it. I had that sensation of kind of falling almost backwards, but it wasn't quite as it's almost like I was expecting it this time. So when it started to happen, it didn't I didn't panic about it, because it was just like, oh, it's fine. I know what's happening. But I think I just seemed to relax into it straight away, almost like within a few minutes, and that was it. And I did not even realise that I just completely fell asleep. And it was that kind of, there was no dreaming, no nothing. I was just gone. That was it.
Amazing. Oh dear. Right, shall we look at your scores then? Okay. Before we started, your hips were a 5. How do they feel?
I can't actually feel them, as in I feel okay at the moment, so we'll go with a 3.
Okay. Your lower back?
Again, the same. It's that I can feel the tightness, but it's not, that burning sensation's gone. So we'll go with a 3.
Okay, that was a 6 to a 7 at the start.
Yeah, it's really, really much better.
Good. Your shoulders?
I feel like there's more tightness in there for some reason. I don't know if it's the way I was lying, but I'd probably say a 4 to a 5 now, especially on my right side.
Okay. Your hands?
Oh, hands feel good actually. Probably a 1. Again, very, very, almost like a sunburn tightness type thing, but no pain on movement, so that's good.
Okay. Your wrists?
Again, still a 0.
Okay. Feet?
Same, still a 0.
And your ankles?
Yeah, it's a 0 again.
All right. I won't ask you about fatigue now. Also problems. How's your head?
Fine. No fogginess or anything at all.
Okay. And your eyes?
Absolutely fine. Nothing at all.
Your grip you won't know at the moment, will you?
No.
IBS, have you got any sensations?
No, not at all. I had, actually, thinking about it, while I was aware of kind of relaxing, I started getting like muscle spasms in my right, just below sort of where your rib cage ends, but above your hip.
Yes.
That kind of space. I mean, they weren't painful, but I could feel them. But no, nothing, no pain or anything.
Okay, perfect. Right. And how are you feeling? Calm, anxious, relaxed?
Yeah, no, very relaxed. Very relaxed.
Okay. Well, thank you very much for that. We shall meet again in a week.
Yes.
And if you keep a note of what you experience over the week, and we can chat about that at the start of our next meeting before our healing session.
Yes.
And then we'll review after the healing session what changes that you've experienced.
Perfect.
So thank you very much once again for being my volunteer, and I look forward to seeing you again next week, Nicki.
Perfect. Thanks, Sue.
Okay, bye.
Bye.